That pain you feel in your wallet finally has a number attached to it, and it's 8.6%. That's the rate of inflation in May, which has reached a 4-decade high. As inflation skyrocketed over the past year, there was a hope that we were turning a corner. But this morning, the new Consumer Price Index was released, and it shows an 8.6% jump since last year, the highest since the early 80s. 9 and 10's Eric Lloyd looked into the reasons for the price spikes and what's being done to ease them.
Your dollar can purchase 8.6% fewer goods and services than it can a year ago.
The Consumer Price Index takes several sectors that the average person spends their money on and measures price changes. That's how we measure inflation. Right now, it's rising at 8.6%.
Pre-COVID, we were between 2 and 3%.
A 40-year record. The White House points to supply chain issues and fuel costs.
The real drivers of high inflation right now are Putin's war in Ukraine and the trajectory of that war.
In my opinion, almost all of the inflation is the result of the Federal Reserve's policy decisions.
Alex Cartwright, a Ferris State University economics associate professor, says inflation took off during the pandemic with the stimulus payments. The Federal Reserve can slow growth by raising interest rates, but they are reacting slowly. The White House says President Biden is trying to lower costs elsewhere.
And that's why he's put forward plans for reducing energy costs, prescription drugs, healthcare costs, and shipping costs.
Best case scenario, inflation slows. It will never stop.
When in next month or the next couple months, when it only raises 5 or 6%, there'll be all these calls for celebration. It's nothing to celebrate. Things will still be getting more expensive.
And the delicate dance by the Fed could make the difference between low inflation and a recession.
Interest rates have to rise. The Federal Reserve has to reduce its balance sheet. The government has got to get its spending under control. And those are not popular. That's what has to happen.
Eric Lloyd, 9 and 10 News.